Hello and welcome back to Glacier Radio with me, your host, Niall Francis, with you until 7. So on today's show, we've been discussing the prelim exercise that our long-time viewers and fans may have remembered. Now this is dating way back to what seems like the dawn of time for us, with a small production called A Dinner Date with Death. Now, with us growing and now releasing our full feature film, Arcade, which is in cinemas near you, you can kind of see how we've progressed from said preliminary task. So, those of you who have seen it may realise it's a very amateurish film, with Arcade only being slightly amateurish, so we've improved on that grounds. There's a lot of reasons that we feel like we've progressed, and a lot of things that we feel we learned, so that's what we're going to talk about today. If you have any opinions on these matters, don't hesitate to call us in or text us on the usual number. So, our opinions of our prelim are varied. We remember them fondly, but then when we watch the prelim and we realise how bad and unprofessional it looks, it kind of tarnishes those memories. However, we do feel like it was an important step for us. So the first thing I think is worth mentioning is, the prelim was essentially a drag and drop exercise. You'd go out, you'd record, put it in order, add some music, add some titles, and you were done. We got done in a week. There was no problem at all. And then our final product ended up becoming, this, our baby almost. We nurtured it, we had to look after it, all these processes, all these steps, organisation, planning, execution, editing. It took a long time, and I think the main difference was we learnt that it wasn't just a matter of drag and drop, it was what you put into it that came out. So, we actually, went on the internet, did research, did all these things, get experts in, asked people who knew the software, knew the hardware, asked what we had to do. We really learnt a lot about what we were doing, more so. Before, it was the first day, we were kind of just filming in parts. So we'd say, right, first scene, they need to walk in the room, so we'd film that, and then we'd say, oh, we need to actually get that from the outside, go outside, film that. It was very kind of a shenanigans, essentially. Whereas when we came to do our full product, we had a shot list and an order of what we wanted to shoot when we wanted to shoot it. So, that was a big thing for us. It was a big progression. Also, I think we've learned how to be more efficient, Again, there was a lot of mistakes in Arcade. One of them being one of the directors was actually sat in one of the scenes, and he wasn't meant to be. You could just see his leg, hanging off the table as he sat there. Fortunately, it's not that noticeable. However, it's still there, and every time I watch it, I see it, and I feel worse about it every time I see it. So, that was a horrible moment for us when we realised that was there. But in our final product, we feel like we've been more efficient, and, these mistakes don't happen. We're very careful when we're filming near kind of glass and mirrored objects. We would make sure we had the correct angle. When we were filming with shadows, we'd make sure we weren't in the shadows. We were very precise and very organised with what we were doing. And that's something I think you can only learn from doing it. You can read a book on it, but at the end of the day, you just need to do it and learn it. And I think that's really what we did. I also feel like we've learned how to kind of organise ourselves better and how to meet deadlines. Because like I said, with the prelim, it was kind of a week's job, get it done in a week, easy peasy. However, with the full production, it was a matter of months. So you needed to meet the deadlines, you needed to work hard, you needed to do this, do that on time to a good standard. And I really think that's something we managed to do, because at the beginning we weren't particularly good at it, and then kind of maybe a quarter of the way through we kind of said, we need to do this is important, and we can do it. And, we proved that by doing it. So, first message on the show comes from Stacey in North London. She says, what was the biggest difficulty from your prelim task to your full product? I'd say the biggest one was the kind of change from doing it as an internal exercise to an external exercise. What I mean by that is, for the prelim it was asking your friend, will you act in ours? For the full product, it was going online, finding an actor, meeting up with the actor, kind of agreeing time, place. Filming in public was quite daunting. So, it went from something that you could do essentially in the classroom to something that you had to do in public or in a place that you would organise to shoot it. So that was probably the most difficult thing that that we could have mustered, really. David from Scotland, hello David, says, how long did it take to edit the film? It didn't take us that long. It took us a few weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. However, we'd split the editing, so we'd have someone editing the clips together, someone editing the music together, someone editing the titles together, and then within the last week, we kind of brought all our efforts together and compiled it into one nice thing, which differed from our prelim, because our prelim was essentially sitting around the computer, watching one person do it, and then after 10 minutes, someone else would have a go, and then maybe we'd all have a 10-minute period, and then it would be done. And it was less organised and less to do, really, truthfully. But we got through it, and we've definitely progressed with our editing. You know, we had custom music, custom titles, rather than pre-made stuff that we found on the software. There's going to be the last message before we go to a quick break, and it comes from Philip in Newcastle. Hello, Philip. Now, Philip asks a very interesting question. He wants to know, what one thing would you say was the most important that you had learnt from your prelim to your full product? Truthfully, I would say it was less about technical ability and more about the social side of things, as in getting along with your team, managing people, working together, you know, that sort of thing. Editing, yeah, that's important, and, you know, filming, that's important. But if you don't work as a team and you can't work to a deadline, you know, it's not gonna do anything. And I think that was an important thing, because our prelim, we only just knew each other briefly. We weren't that friendly, I guess. Whereas now we work together, we talk outside of work time, we text each other to organise things. We've really learnt that you have to get on well, and there are other groups and productions that we see who fall out often, and we kind of think, you know, if we did that, this would never get done, you know. So we kind of stay together, stay friends, work hard, but also have a good time together as well. And I'd say that was the most important thing that we've learnt from prelim to full product, is that, you know, you got to work together, and I think we've done that very well. So that's going to be it for the show today. We've just got to go to the Traffic and Travel Where You Are with Susan, and we'll be back same time tomorrow, so make sure to tune in. From me at Glacier Radio, that's all. See you next time.